Hello friends, hope you are doing good. So welcome back to my new video. So today I'll be showing you, as I told you in earlier video, that I'll be showing you how to create different kinds of applications and what are different kind of application types in SAP Fiori. Okay, so first of all, let me explain you. See, if you go to these things. Uh, if I'll just take any one of the app, like my sales overview. Okay, so whenever you go, or else first I'll show you this list view. So whenever you go for Fiori apps library, you can see here the application types. Okay, so here you can see how many kinds of application types are present in Fiori. Like in most of the sessions or in most of the web pages, you can see different types of application types as only transactional, analytical, and fact sheet apps. Okay, yeah, they are fine, but we also have other kinds of apps also like SAP GUI, Web Client, WebDin Pro, BW Query Use. These are also the different kinds of application which are introduced in SAP Fiori. Okay, so first of all, today I'll be going showing you how to create Fiori analytical apps. Okay, so before that, I want to explain you some of the key terms which will be useful for next sessions also. So this session might be a bit extended because of these. I want to explain you about the key terms, na. So if I just go to um, so every time for different applications I'm creating, I will explain you about what are those application types. And see, today I'm explaining you analytical apps. So this is your analytical apps, how it looks like. What is analytical app? Analytical apps means it's just shows you the visual representation. Okay. See, whenever you click on, if there is a sales order in some company, in some organization, they are doing the sales orders, and they have to see the visual representation of the sales order, like how many sales have been done in this organization till this date. According to the dates and according to this, they can see the sales order. See, you can see the sales order analysis, this screenshots. This is how it looks like. So these kind of applications are called as analytical applications, where you can view and analyze what are the things going on in our organization. Okay, so for analytical apps example, you can see many things like this sales overview display. These are almost a display kind of applications only. So I'll be explain today. We will be going to create this sales overview. Okay. Let me give sales overview and so see, here you can see this application type as analytical SAP Fiori Elements overview page. And if you want to see how this application looks like in in all these apps in product features, you can see how that particular app looks like. Okay, see, if I am going to create this app and assign it to any user, so you can see this kind of application. Okay, so you can see the screenshot here. And the one more thing, this app ID, this is the application ID. You can either search with this application ID also. See, you can see the my sales overview. And the device type is it supports desktop and tablet. You have many applications which supports mobiles also. So if that is there, they would have mentioned mobile also here. And it is HANA database is HANA DB exclusive, and application type I told you already. So line of business, this is normal, where in which kind of business this app will be used. So those kind things. And the one thing which is important is this one, SAP S4 HANA 2023. See, when you do a drop down, you can see many things here. Okay. So my version of SAP Fiori is SAP S4 HANA 2023 FPS01, where you can see this. So this can be seen when you open the SAP screen. Okay. So once you open SAP screen, go for System, Statuses, and Product version, and installed product version. You can see this here, right? 23. SAP S4 HANA 2023, and package support package, it's 01, which is 01, and FPS. So this is uh, your version. So you can implement this applications in the in your Fiori system. So now we can go for the implementation information. Okay. See, before moving to this, I want to explain you some of the features called tiles. Okay. Tiles, whenever you say tiles, so tiles, this is basically the graphical or the representation. Okay, it's just the representation of an application. uh, like whenever in usually in let's take a mobile phone, and you have different applications there, and there is some small icon. Whenever you have to open any application, you can see the icons there. So that kind of icons are nothing but tails. Okay, in Fiori it is called as tails. And in tails we can mention this tails as the visual representation, the visual representation of an app. Okay, so in tails you have three different types, which is static, dynamic, and you have something called custom tails also. Okay, what is mean by static? You can see the application, the icons and the text which are provided in that tile is of static. You can't change it. Dynamic means what it does is, in the tile itself you can see some kind of small informations which will be fetched from real-time data. Okay, so that is dynamic. Dynamic means the datas will be changing according to the business. Okay, and custom tails means these are the tails which you will be creating uh, in the part of customization. Whenever you are creating custom catalogs, whenever you are creating custom applications, at that time you will be creating custom tiles and all. So this is nothing but information about tiles. So then next thing is something called, see, whenever I want to explain you a bit about authorization concept here. So whenever you click on tile, it navigates through. Whenever you click on tile, it should do some activity, right? So here in Fiori, we have something called intent-based navigation. So as usual, whenever you execute a T code, okay, whenever you execute SAP T code like SU01 and all, in the backend it executes a program, and there from there it we have a user buffer SU56. It checks the user buffer, it checks the authorization, and then you will be able to do the activity. Similarly, we have something called intent-based navigation. Whenever you click on the tail, what should it do? Like where it should go? That kind of intent-based navigation is given by semantic objects. We have something called semantic objects. Okay, so what are these semantic objects is like, it represents the business entity such as customers, something. You can see these semantic objects here. See, semantic objects, this is internal sales. Okay, and semantic action is display overview page. You can have different actions also with the same object. In this, it's there is only one action, but whenever you are executing different kinds of application, you may see different actions also, like one for display, one for maintain, one for, you have 0302 activities, right? A similar kind of way you have semantic actions where you can do the different kind of actions for the same semantic object. And then parameter value. What is this parameter value? So whenever a user is executing and he is assigned with this target mapping, so it checks this, and the action it goes for display overview page, and later on it will come for here sales office. What's based on his authorization, if the sales office is given as 001, he will be able to access 001 sales office related stuffs, and distribution channel. So these are nothing but parameters. He will be entering these things, and then he will be getting his output. So this is nothing but a parameter value. The whole thing combined together is nothing but target mapping. What is target mapping? Whenever we combine all these things, this will be a target mapping. Basically, what does target mapping do? It maps a navigation target to the intent. Okay? It basically maps the things. Coming to technical catalog, so technical catalog is nothing but this is SAP created technical catalog where you can see like most of the applications are already created by the SAP, and they have maintained everything under technical catalog. So what are business catalogs and business groups? So business catalog is nothing but this is created by SAP itself according to their business process. SAP has created business catalog. See, like you have standard SAP applications, right? Which starts with yes, SAP roles, which starts with yes. Similarly, SAP has created their own catalogs according to their business, and hence they named it as a business catalog. Whenever we are creating a reference, we can either use technical or we can use business catalog. But in most of the clients, many people will use business catalogs. Okay, and then spaces and pages, these are nothing but it's again I'll show it while I'm doing these things. I'll show it you what does it do. The space is nothing but the whole sheet, like that it's just a tab, like if you have an asset manager, then the space will be called asset manager, and below him there will be pages. The whole thing will be pages, and under pages you will also have something called sections. I'll be explaining that part also later when I'm creating analytical apps. Okay, so these are nothing but, and what is business role? Think it as it's a kind of composite role, but in composite role you'll have different roles, but in business roles you'll have different applications. Okay, let me open this business role. You'll have a bunch of applications inside that. See, under if he is a sales representative, what all applications he needs to have in order to do his day-to-day tasks. So this is standard thing they have just given you for it reference. Okay, SAP BR internal sales representative. It's a kind of bunch of applications in the inside a role. Okay, so these are the basic necessary things you should know before you are creating an application. So today we'll be going to create and one more thing which is very important is OData service. So what does it do? We have two set of OData services like IWSG and IWSV services. Okay, I'll be explaining you about that OData service while I am creating the applications. So this is the normal things which you have to know before creating an application. So let's go and start creating an application now. Let me open a new notepad. So here I'll be putting what is my app name, my sales overview, and what is the OData service, and target mapping, internal sales with semantic action. I'll mention it as SA. I'll mention this as SO. And I'll be taking this business catalog. You can take technical catalog or business catalog. I'll be taking business catalog as of now. Uh, this page is not needed, that's fine. So these are the things we require. The first and foremost thing is checking OData service is activated or not in our system. So once you open this thing /n/iw, this is the T code which is used for checking or maintaining OData services. Okay, /n/iwfnd/maintain_service. So once you get these things, you can find or give a filter it out. Okay, see you have this here. So this service is already there, so that's fine. And yeah, so now we can go and start creating our application, analytical application. Okay, so for that this will be your T code, /UI2/FLPD custom designer. You can create in two different applications. Either you can go with this /FLPCM_cust, or you can go with this. This means it opens, you'll get a Fiori UI screen. Okay, so because of that, let me open that here. See, this is called a Launchpad Designer. This is called a Launchpad Designer. Okay. So for creating a catalog first, so what will be our catalog ID? First, we will name our catalog ID as this is related to sales overview, right? And let's see what's the business catalog sales overview display. So I'll be creating it as ZC sales overview, sales overview. This will be our catalog ID, and space will be internal sales overview, and space description internal sales overview. So I can give this as ZS underscore. Since it is a space, I'll start with ZS. Okay, uh, internal sales. Okay, and page ID will be ZS underscore ZP ZPG underscore sales overview. Okay, so first I'll take my catalog ID. This will be my catalog ID, and see you have some option called create catalog. Okay, so you just click on that, and title is sales overview catalog. So I'll be adding my ID here and the title here. Okay, click on save. See, now our catalog is created, but for that, as I explained you earlier, what are tails and target mapping. Okay, without these, the application is, you cannot do anything. So we have a tail already here, which is already created. This will be our tile. We have to search. We have to take this business catalog and so this is the business catalog, okay? And you can see the tail is already present here, my sales overview. And what I'll do, you can just drag this and click on create reference. You just drag and move it to create reference. And here search for your catalog which you have created. Our catalog ID is ZC sales overview display. Even though you see the your catalog here, this was your sales overview, you just search with it and click on search. So you'll get your catalog here, then click on this. So it says reference for tile, my sales overview, catalog created. And then what's the next step? So the next step is tiles will be created. Okay, but whenever you click, it should work, right? So for that, you should go for target mapping. You have to add the target mapping also. So where you can see that, see, for this particular application, the target mapping is internal sales display overview page. So you just take this and you can find it here. Just search. See, you can find it here. Internal sales, this whole information, this is the action. What's the action? Different display overview page, navigation type, and for which all devices it is separate, which all devices it is supported. So once you this is there, just so once it is selected, until I select it, it will not, there will, you cannot do anything. So you'd have to just click on select and then you have to click on create reference here. So again, just you have to take your catalog ID and search for it. Okay, my sales overview created catalog. So now we will go and open our catalog, how it looks like. See, you can see this, right? Earlier, you would not see anything like this, my sales overview and all. Whenever you are creating custom catalog, that I'll show you later. See, I told you there is dynamic, there is something called static. This will be our custom catalog. So these are the things which I told you. See, when if you only add tiles and not the target mapping, then whenever user clicks on this, nothing happens because the navigation is only not provided, right? So because of that, you'll not able you'll not be able to navigate. So you have to do the target mapping. You have to create a reference for the target mapping also. Okay, so now our catalog is created. So what's next? Next will be creating a space and page for this particular catalog. I'll show you that with, so before that you have to execute slash ui to slash flp. Okay, if you go there, you have an application for creating a space. See, for this you should have a role, you should have an admin access. At that time, you will get these all these tiles here, or else you'll not get these tiles here. So these are what tiles. So you when you click on that, you should have the target mapping, and it will take you to the screen. So first you have to click on manage launchpad spaces. Okay, and see, you can hear customer created and predefined or nothing but SAP created, and you have customer created also. Okay, so I'll just click on create, and what I'll do is I'll take my space, this will be my space ID, and space description, short description for administrator, it is for internal sales. And see, you can see space title in the navigation bar for users. What's the navigation bar? I'll show you later. And internal sales. Okay, so you can create a page here only when you are creating a space. Okay, just click on this, you'll get this page ID. What's your page ID? This will be your page ID. And for page ID, short description will be space sales overview, and page title also I'll give the same. And now comes the transport. Okay, so before doing this, you should have a transport already created in using SE10. You can create your transport there, and then once you create a transport there, you can put that transport here. It will be available here. So I've already created, I'll be using that only. Create Fiori space and page for fixed asset. I have created that earlier. I'll be using that transport itself. Okay. So this will be once this is completed, just check everything is perfect or not. Just click on create. See, the space has been created. I'll just go back once and I'll click on manage launchpad spaces. See, you can see here ZPG sales over. This is what I created. If you have not clicked on that checkbox, then you should have come to this manage launchpad spaces and then click on create. You can create the page here also. Usually whenever you are creating launchpad only, you'll be creating. Okay, and see, you can see this page is not assigned to any of the roles, and whenever you open the pages, you can see this is not assigned to role. Okay, you can see this thing, this is not assigned to role. You can see for which transport this is there and what space it is there. So this is general data, okay, of the page which we have created. So now what's the next thing? You should go and create a role. Before that, one more thing. So you have created a catalog. Do you remember, have you added this catalog to any of the transport? No, right? So because of that, you can either create a catalog, you can either create a transport similarly, and before creating a catalog, before clicking on creating catalog, you can take this settings icon, you can put it under any customizing request. Okay, you can take that and click on OK and then start creating a catalog. You can do that, or else if you have already created, you can go for this flpcm underscore cust. This takes time. By the time I'll copy my catalog ID, and then what you can do, you can just click on this. So once you click on search catalogs and put your catalog here, you have a transport option here only. You can transport it after creating also. So once this is created, this will be your I have already created a transport, so I'll be adding it in the same catalog sales recorded successfully in transport request. So whenever you are moving, you have to move all these transports with the rule also. Okay, then the next thing is creating the roles. So I'll go for normal PFCG, and here I'll be creating a role called ZTEST or ZS internal sales. I'll just create it a representative, internal sales representative, and click on creating single role. So once you are into that, add the descriptions, save the role, go for menu, and here you can see this option called transaction. So you have a small drop down here, click on that. So once you click on that, SAP Fiori Launchpad, and you have all these things. You can see SAP Fiori Launchpad, and here you can have Launchpad catalog which you have created. Okay, so I'll be going with this is my catalog. This is added, and then see these are added automatically. Why? Because I'll just delete this. I missed a point. I'll just tell you that also. See, whenever you're adding a catalog, see you can see these options, right? Include applications. If you click on this, what all the services, what are the different applications present under this catalog, everything will be present. So before doing that, deselect that, and then you give. See now nothing is there. Okay, that's what include applications is. So once you add this catalog, then what's the next step is adding the space. So adding the space. This is the space ID and click here. So the space is added. Okay. Now you'll not do any adding space pages and all. This is the thing. Only these two things. And now you should click on save. Okay. Is this done? So now the role is created. But you see catalog is there, this is there. You don't have any authorizations in it. We should have some authorizations, right, to maintain it here. So we don't have any authorizations. Why? Because we have not added IWSV OData services. So we have two kinds of OData services which should be added in, oh, sorry, we have two kind of OData services which should be added inside the role. OData services. So now the first one is IWSG and IWSV. IWSG is front end server, front end OData service. If you have a central hub system, then you will be adding IWSG in the Fiori system, and in the backend, which is your S4 HANA, in that you will be adding IWSV services. Okay, this is backend. See, if you are confused of this IWSG, which is front end, which is back end, then just remember IWS is same everywhere. G in alphabets, G will be your first character. G comes first, right? So that is front end. V comes in the last, right, in the back. So that is back end. Remember it like that. Okay, so these are the front end and back end services which should be added. So here, which is our OData service here? So this you can see this, right? Here also you'll be able to see in the Fiori apps library. This will be your OData service SDF200. So where you have to add it here. I'll tell you what exists inside these OData service also. For adding OData service, just click on this drop down icon and you have something called authorization default. Okay, here you have metadata. SAP gateway, I'll be adding SAP first I'll be adding front end service which is IWSG. Okay, for adding front end service, what you can do is you can click on this. You have to select SAP gateway service groups metadata. So I'll just search, give star. Whenever you're searching, give stars everywhere in the first and the second. See, you can see here, this is our object, but Z is there. Why Z? Because that shows that means it is the front end survey or data service. So just select that and click OK. So SD F200 OVP IV SRV ISR SRV 0001. So this is our OData service, front end OData service. Click on enter and click on copy. So now you added the front end service. Let's see what happens in authorizations if we save anything. Will we get any authorizations or not? Oh, we got some authorizations. So this is S underscore service authorization. Do you know what is this S underscore service? So S underscore service is nothing but it's a start of a transaction. So why this front end service is needed? Whenever you click on application, it should start, right? As similarly, whenever I'll tell you, I'll give example of T code itself. Whenever you hit SU01 or any T code, you have an object called S underscore T code. Okay, in all the authorization objects. So S underscore T code is nothing but start of a transaction. Each and every T code should have, whenever it's assigned, T code is assigned to the user, every user should have that S underscore T code object and it should have that application there. So you can see this S underscore service object is present under this OData service. Okay, I'll not generate it now because since I still have to add other authorization objects also. So for adding other authorization objects, you have to add IWSV service, which is SAP Suite Enablement Service, Gateway Business Suite Enablement Service. Okay, object type is IWSV, and here also you just click on this and find star. Okay, see now you don't have Z here, you just have these things, and click on this and click enter and click on copy. So now you will save this. Let's see what other authorization objects we have got. See, now you have got all the authorization objects under that T code. I'll just now, as of now, I'll be giving full authorizations. See, you have all the other authorization objects. So where does this pull from? Whenever you are putting it in a T code, whenever you are adding a T code to the role, where it does it pull from? Where does these authorization objects come from? This comes from SU24. Even in Fiori security, it comes from SU24 only. Okay. So as of now, I'll be giving full authorizations here. Okay. Click on save and then generate. So now our application, our role is created and the catalog also we created. I'll be adding it to my ID only, admin 204, and click on save, assign the user group. Okay, let me, so I'll be saving this. See, this is the reason why I'll not add it inside the role. You have to do user comparison. I'll add it in SU01 only, admin 204. And they have implemented some note in the system where user group should be added. So now I have added the role. Where is our role? See, this is our role which we have added. So let's see whether I'm able to see that in my screen or not. I'll just refresh this. We are not able to see. You know why? We have not maintained the things in pages. Okay, you have to click on Launchpad pages. So after adding the spaces to this, you can see this says SG space sales overview is showing it as assigned. Okay, just click on edit icon here. What things you have to do, some things, and section name, this is what I told you earlier, you can add sections here. Okay, so derived from roles, so this is our role, under that this is our tile. So I'll just select this, or I can just take it and drag it here and put it here, so it should show like this. And section is mm, overview sales, and click on save. So now the page is added. Okay, now the page is added. Now we have assigned it. So how does it look like? You can see here page preview. See, it looks like this. Overview of sales. This is your section, and under that section, these are your tiles. Okay, I'll click on close preview. Close this. Close this. I'll just refresh once. Let me see Launchpad pages. ZS sales. Okay, so I'll just refresh once again. Let's check whether we have added it properly or not, or user pending. So this is added, space is added, authorizations is added. Okay, that's fine. So even though we refresh, we are not able to get. Let me log in once again and check whether I'm able to see or not. Then we'll go for the next step. What can we do? Admin at 201, core at 203. Okay, so even now we are not able to see. Uh, let's see one more thing I'll be showing you, which is internal sales. So here you have something called hidden. You can see here, right? Page visibility visible. So if it's set to hidden, we will not be able to see the things also. So you can change that. You have to click on edit, and you have to click here, you have to click on hidden. But now it's visible, we have to see it, right? It's visible, that's fine. So the one more final check which I'll be going to do is, like, you have to go here, go for settings, you have spaces and pages. Okay, this is the issue, I think. Enable to see your apps clustered in different spaces. Disable to see the classic home page. Okay, click on this, use spaces, save. Ah, now we got our things here. See, this was our space, right? So it was showing you, it will show in the bar, horizontal bar. So this is that one. So these are the pages which I am clicking it now. These are the pages. Okay, so now this is the space which we have created. These are the spaces, sorry. So this is the space which we have created, and this is our section. You can create as many as sections as you want, but within a page it's better to keep it minimum sections, like around 3 to 4 or 5. So this is our tile. Let's check whether it's working or not. Just click on that tile. See, now the sales overview page is opened. So this is your analytical app. Okay, you can click euro and just click on go. Let's see, we do if we have any informations, then see in most of the things it's no data. That's fine. So this will be your application. This will be your application. So now it's like you have created your first analytical app. Okay. So in the next sessions, I'll be explaining you about how to create Fiori catalog, Fiori catalogs and Fiori catalogs for any of the different applications. Like we have different application types here, right? I'll choose any one of them and I'll be explaining you about those things, but that will not be more than 30 minutes. Today I was giving you some key informations regarding what are tiles, what are spaces and pages, all those things, right? So next thing I'll think I'll be going with transactional or fact sheet. Later on I'll be going with WebDin Pro and SAP GUI applications. Okay. So stay tuned for next videos. Kindly like the video if you liked it, and if you have any doubts, you can give comment in the comment section. Kindly subscribe my channel if you like this video. Thank you.